Welcome to Champ Chats with Shy. And I say like the T because people say shy, but it's Chai. Ty is the only one that can say shy to me because I didn't used to tell nobody the truth. And I like it. I like my nickname from her. But it is Chai, like the T. We are powered by passion, purpose, and community. And it is a big deal to me to make sure that we're moving with intention and purpose in everything that we do. And you'll find that I'm a very intentional woman. So, a little bit about me. I'm a queen, right? A mother, leader, mentor, mentee, which makes me a student. I'm always willing to learn. I'm never above it. I'm a bit of a dork. I'm a Jane of many trades and a master of plenty, which, I take pride in that. I'm a creator, a healer, a lover, a friend, generational curse breaker, lineage liberator, wealth generator. And one of my favorite titles amongst all of the rest that could be listed is I'm a day trader. And I take that to heart. So I hope that trading has opened your mind and blown your socks off like it's done with me, and that you decide to stick with this. I have purchased a house off of trading. You know what I mean? The last time I really worked a job was 2019, 2020. The end of 2020, I was really working a job, and then I went on a leave, and then I just never came back. I turned my stuff in Juneteenth of 2021. It was pretty poetic to me. So I hope that you guys have the same experience with really locking in so that you can liberate yourself and not have to work and not have to do all of the things that you don't want to do. A little bit about my company, Blue Screens. Our motto is fund big dreams. Because when I started trading, we were in MetaTrader 4. And when I tell you that blue screens meant that you were in profit, we always used to say blue screens, blue is on you. You know what I mean? That's how you know that you're winning. So I got addicted to the feeling of understanding that when my screen is blue, I'm closer to my goals. I have more equity. You know what I mean? And the biggest question that I love to ask people is, what would you be doing if money wasn't a thing? And you find that about 75 to 90% of the time, it's not what people are currently doing. And something about that just really it made me sit with it. Like, we're in a world full of people not doing what they really want to do. But if everyone was liberated to do what they desire, all the jobs would be taken by happy people who want to do what they're doing. I hope that makes sense. But this is where vision meets execution, passion meets purpose, liberation breeds creation, and our dreams are funded. Type a 8 in the chat if you would love to have the abundance that would liberate you, and you're working on that through trading so that you can do what it is that you desire and not what you're required to do. Yeah, I see them eights. Come on, because let me put an 8 in the chat too, because we still working on being as wealthy as we desire to be. Sky's the limit. My baby brand, and this is the one that is really important to me, it's Heal by Example. And the idea is that you pour into yourself first, right? We say you can't pour from an empty cup, right? But I don't even believe that we're cups. I think that we are waterfalls, right? We're a natural resource that God created us to be abundant and full. We just get depleted by the things in life. So you have to tend to your own garden, per se, right? You have to tend to your waterfall. When you allow beavers to build dams, it blocks the flow. So you got to go within to fix that. And that's always the point, that as long as you are taking care of yourself and you leave yourself full, people get to drown and swim and drink from your overflow. So you bless people from your overflow, not by pouring from a cup. And I hope that makes sense. All right. So what is a champ chat, right? Because I told you that's what this series is called. To put it to make it simple, I don't know how old you guys are, but I'll just give you an analogy, right? You ever seen a boxing match, right? And somebody's getting their behind whooped, like they just getting them things thrown on them. And they go in the corner and they come out that corner a beast. Like whatever happened in that corner, whatever conversation they had with they main man, got them coming out swinging, and then they KO. You can have a champ chat with your friends, your therapist, your mentor, your daughter, your son, your cousin. It doesn't matter who you have it with, but a champ chat is when you really have these conversations that pull you out of you, who remind you who you are, and have you coming out ready to fight, but not just to fight, to knock that shit out, to win. So that's what I call a champ chat. And I hope that you take from this some inspiration, some drive, some grind, and some swing and some fight so you can knock out whatever it is that might be keeping you from being as successful as you could be in this moment. Now, remember, anytime I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. I hope that makes sense. All right. So tonight's message, your journey is your own. No one can walk it for you. No one can gift the world with what you have wrapped up. It's yours to give. That means we need you, but you need you more than we need you. You're supposed to go to your grave empty, not full of all of the things that you were supposed to give to the world. And I know we've all heard that before, but really, it starts with giving to yourself. Having those conversations, is there more that I can be doing? Am I happy with what I have going on? Am I rising to the occasion? You know what I mean? Can I say that I'm going to bed spent knowing that I gave it my all and ready to do it again tomorrow? Because when you get to that place, you start to romanticize the journey, and we'll get into that too. So I have four things. You guys can write them down if you want, but I would rather you just receive them. I hope that makes sense. Can we type a one in the chat if that makes sense? That we just want you to be in a receptive mode so you can really feel where we're coming from. Thank you. Thank you. So lock in, right? The focus is like following one course until successful. And I've had a huge problem with that. We came into this knowing that I'm a Jane of all trades and a master of many, right? But when I found the niche that I wanted to focus in on, which for me turned out to be trading, because trading funded every other avenue that piqued my curiosity. And I started to lock in. Well, where energy goes and your emotion flows, there's wealth and abundance, and it grows and grows. And I know that's a funny way to remember it, but it's all facts. So what you focus on grows. And if you're focusing on being successful, if you're focusing on mastering the charts, if you're focusing on your emotional stability as you're in the chart, if you're focusing on your home life, work life, trade life balance, then you're only going to get better in that. So you got to lock in on what's important to you and make sure that you come up with a system that creates discipline. Now, this is me, like I said, talking to me because as I become more disciplined in ways that are new to me on this journey that I'm having, I'm a wild, wild west trader. Ty, I lie? I be out here, woo! And it ain't the way to be. I would be a millionaire had I just sat my ass down and listen to the instructions, advice, feedback, and information given to me. And so I'm humble enough to really admit that, like, you are okay, but are you as comfortable as you like to be? And it's not greedy to say, I want, I deserve, and I desire more. Let's put some mores in the chat if you know that that's for you, that you deserve more, you want more, you desire more, you're going to go have more because more is where it's at. God promised us everything. We just got to play our role, right? So when you lock in and you really discipline yourself and you start to fall in love with the fact like, oh, I'm doing this, oh, I'm doing that, and pause because we toot everybody else's horn, but we fail to toot it for ourselves. Give yourself credit where it's due. We always look at where we could do better, right? But you will actually do better when you give yourself credit for where you've already done better. Is that making sense to anybody? Because that's wordy. Is that making sense? All right, I want to make sure I ain't leaving nobody behind now because it's very important to understand that the key to having more of anything is what you focus on. You multiply it exponentially. So if you're having a bad day or something bad happened in your day and you can't reset, you don't have the wherewithal to say, you know what? That pissed me off. That hurt me. That made me sad. That took me off track. But I'm a reset and I'm not going to have a bad day. Forget that. Then you might end up having a bad day if you don't have that moment to reset. So it's really important to give yourself credit. It's really important to take control of your mind because it's not something that's easy. It's something that comes with practice. But as long as you don't give up on yourself and as long as you focus on what's good, it will continue to be good. Make sense? We got to push ourselves like our lives depend on it because it really does. Who's going to come save you? I think Ty Pips might be the answer, but I mean, she can't come save us all. You know what I mean? You got to really, you really got to start saving yourself. And part of that is loving on you. Sometimes we overcomplicate it. Just love yourself a little bit more. I love me. I love that I'm waking up every morning and putting my affirmations in the affirmations chat. I love being able to see what my team is doing and allowing that to uplift me. I love marking the charts. I love getting into it, seeing that I marked it and it played out the way that I said. So there's something about that that make me feel like this. I'd be like, ooh, yeah, I feel I feel big, bad, and bold. You know what I'm saying? And then I give myself credit for that. Sis, you doing a good job. And I said, you know what? I am. It is a mental health. It's scientifically proven that we like to check off boxes. It's scientifically proven that positive reinforcement begets more positive behaviors and results. So get into a habit of locking in and loving on yourself, right? And bouncing back. How many times have any of us fallen down, but then didn't get back up? Or took so long to get back up that we're like, whew, it was just a knee scrape. I can't believe I stayed down there looking at that scrape for so long. I didn't even bleed. It's just a skin issue. Like, you know, type some threes in the chat if you ever found yourself falling or coming up short for where you desired to be, missed a deadline, didn't get the things done that you said you were going to get done. All of us, let me put a three in there too, because y'all seen me tell Ty I was late on my homework, but I got it done. And that's my point. Just get better each time, right? Because oftentimes the human brain will have us psych ourselves out. Like, oh, I didn't do it. It's too late. I'm just not going to do it. That doesn't serve you. That cheapens your experience and it robs you of the growth that's there for you. Sometimes the task that you need to do the most is the one that you avoid. You know what I mean? So when you fall down, get up and get it done as quickly as possible. We all have those moments where we don't, we just not gonna say, I done tripped and fell by accident sometimes. Oops, didn't know I was gonna fall. Turn it down, Papa. But the speed of your recovery is key. That is the key. You can sit there. There's this video I did on Instagram. Was that Instagram? It's a little reel I did, right? And it said, "Are you gonna cry about something? Are you gonna cry about it? Or are you gonna do something?" And it said, "Both." And that's okay. Do it scared, do it afraid, do it upset. Cry if you got to do it, but just keep going. There's so much reward in pushing through the moments that are hard for you. You're fine. And stay bullish. So, this is probably my favorite slide because I'm a little bit of a dork when it comes to the charts. So, we're on a forever uptrend. We have decided that that's our direction. The price is going up, the value is going up, and we're not letting anything stop us. All right. A retest, right? For all of my people, do you think that a retest is a healthy thing to keep doing, or do you think it's something that, fool me once, fool me again? Because there's a difference between, a retracement and a retest. A retracement is a higher low. So the whole point in being in an uptrend is having a higher high and a higher low and a higher high and a higher low. Everybody type in the chat, I'm bullish. That's the uptrend. Just tell me that you're bullish really quick. You command that of yourself and understand that it's true. We're on an uptrend. This is where we're going to bigger, better, and the best, right? Sorry, y'all, 7 be too involved sometimes. So it's just like when you drive in a car. I put in there the rear view mirror. It's for glancing and guidance. It's for protection. It's for you to know, what's coming. You know where you went. But sometimes you just check in like really quick. Okay, I'm going to change lanes. Let me have a point of reference. But you can't drive forward looking back. And these are things that we hear all the time, but it really is facts. The rear view mirror is just there for you to glance. So it's much like history on the chart. You use that for guidance, but if you were on a constant uptrend, we ain't trying to have no change of characters. We are not ending the trend. You want to make sure that you keep in your mind that even if I have a setback, that I'm still better than I was last time. And when you go up, you should be higher than you were last time. The whole point is to make sure that you have consistent and constant progress. Did that make sense to y'all? Well, I know I'm a little corny. I did put dork on the first slide to kind of warn you, so. But the whole point is sometimes you have to slow down. Life is going to happen. We have people who have had deaths in the family. You know what I mean? We've had people who are just dealing with unexpected health issues. We have people who are just life be life in, right? And Ty said something the other day that stood out to me. She said, my team just be going through it. And half the time, we're all going through a similar or the same thing at the same time. And I thought to myself, boy, these people still be showing up. I got to step my game up. I'm inspired by the fact that, Shawnee, you had some issues going on the other day. I don't know the exact specifics, but you were like, I'm having an issue here, but I'm going to show up where I can. And you did. Same thing for Joanne. I don't think she's even on the call, but I know that she's had a ton of deaths in the family. And then she ended up being the student of the month. I have seen and I see, you know what I mean? And I say a prayer for you guys, whether I type it or not, because it's all love. I hope you guys know it. I hope you feel it and I hope that you receive it. But we are family to me. I don't take that lightly. I can't wait to meet y'all. I can't wait to kiss on your grandbabies and you meet my son. You know what I mean? I can't wait for us to have a compound somewhere else because we've discussed that too. But it's really that type of time. You know what I mean? And I'm so inspired by your resilience. I'm so inspired by your ability and desire and your drive and your grit. Like, stay bullish. You never know who's watching you. You never know who's inspired by you. But just by loving on yourself enough to say, I don't feel great, but I'm going to come, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna do what I can. And then I'm gonna do better every time I can. Because that's the thing. You're not always gonna be, your 100% today might be what 30% was to you yesterday. But as long as you give all that you have to go give and you can leave empty, you know that you're doing what's right. There's this song that, and I'm not a big Beyonce fan, but she has a song called Schooling Life. And at the end of the song, it's not an instruction booklet to this. You just have to stay relentless. You have to just keep giving it all that you've got and know that you're going where God has it meant for you to go because what's for you is for you. But you got to get it. Sometimes getting it just means you stand firm. Because even if you have to stand still, just don't go back. Make sense? Let's not return to places that we've been liberated from. I've been guilty of that a time or two myself, and I had to learn from that. It ain't worth it. And I hope bullish is an uptrend, right? That means you're going up. It's an increase in value. So yeah, so I hope that Toya is on. I didn't see if she was, but I learned this from my Jamaican friend in college, right? And she would always say sketal or pigeon. Don't be a pigeon. Don't be a sketal. And it's not a good word in Jamaica. You don't want to be this kind of person. So you don't hang around this kind of person. And you don't continue to expose yourself to these kind of behaviors because the goal is, we all heard this. If your mama ever said to you, birds of a feather flock together, you heard it from any elder, friend, or if you've heard that phrase before, give me a yes in the chat. Or you could just put anything, type whatever in the chat because we know it's all facts. But y'all heard birds of a feather flock together? So if I'm going to be a bird that flocks, I'm trying to be an eagle, a parrot, an owl, a hawk. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be the best of them. I don't want to be a commonplace pigeon that never leaves the parking lot. We've never even seen pigeon babies. I don't even know how they're made. They don't even seem like they're bots or something, a falcon or something. Yeah, yes. Anything that causes you to soar, see, be, do, and have more. They be killing pigeons with like Alka-Seltzer. Like I'm over here so I'm so thirsty and so hungry that I'm gonna eat shit that's gonna cause me to explode. Those people are dumb. And those people are really out here, not like they out here. You just don't want to be next to them. But it really, really, really exists. I'm sure there's something good to, about pigeons. I don't know. But for this analogy, I know that I don't want to be hanging with the pigeons in the parking lot. I'm trying to soar and fly to places, right? So that's a part of loving and protecting your vessel. Be very conscious of the music that you play, the things that you watch on TV, whatever you allow to get into your psyche, because if you're having a bad day or you don't know where it's coming from or your body feels some type of way, it has been scientifically proven that it comes from exposure in our environment and the things that we eat. So you want to audit and edit your life. That's one of my favorite things. And as I get older, I prayed for God to give me the I don't give a fuckness that older women have, but I wanted it younger. And I feel it coming on. I can feel it in the air. It's coming because my tolerance for things that don't belong in my life has gotten shorter and shorter. 9 times out of 10, if you're uncomfortable or you feel agitated, how you feel is a true guidance to what's right and exact for you. And when you trust yourself enough to know, myself knows that something ain't right, you need to act on that. Execute immediately. Be relentless because no one is going to take care of you like you're going to take care of you. So, with all of that said, don't be a pigeon. Birds of a feather flock together. Flock to the fire with the people who love you, who want to see you grow, right? So I put here, stay close to the fire. Even during the summer, you can call it a bonfire, right? But it's important to stay next to the fire, even when it feels hot, because it's the right place to be. You don't want to go looking for a place to get warm when it's in the negatives. It's too late. You're not going to make it to the fire. You're going to freeze before you get there. But if you're already at the fire, it's just like don't plant a tree today if you need shade tomorrow. You needed to plant it 15 years ago. That same kind of analogy. Staying close to the fire right now, even when it's difficult, even if you got a nap by the fire, even if you're sitting back and you ain't socializing by the fire, but you're staying warm because you know it's the place to be. You know winter's coming. Just stay by the fire, right? Stay around the people who keep you lit. Don't go looking for a place to get cool because they're everywhere. But everyone doesn't have a running burning fire that's intended to keep you warm and protect you through the storm because we know it's coming. So, with that being said, I don't like to hold people too long, y'all. And I know that my message was kind of all over, but I asked God to just give me a couple of things that I really felt like resonated with me, and I don't know why, but I was compelled to share with you guys. So I pray that this blessed you in any way, shape, or form. I want you to remember to be grateful. Do your gratitude in the morning. And sometimes my gratitude just be like, oh, God, thank you. It's enough, but do it. Drink your water. You just can't operate the right way without it. All of your vital organs, including the brain that we use to trade, needs it. It doesn't have a flavor unless you get really good water. Spring water is kind of sweet. Drink it. Drink your water. Love yourself. And talk to yourself nice. Those are your affirmations. I love me. Today is going to be a good day. And my challenge to you is if you're having a bad day and you're not feeling well, go to our affirmations chat. Inspire somebody else because sometimes we will show up for others better than we show up for ourselves. Well, that's a great way to manipulate yourself into working for you. And then if you can't find nothing, piggyback off somebody else. Y'all, I ain't got a problem stealing y'all stuff. Y'all see when your stuff bless me, I piggyback on it. Because that's what we're here for. We are literally here to help each other be successful. This is an environment that a lot of people don't have. This is a rare gem amongst dirt. We're not even amongst stones. We stand out like a sore thumb because it's dirt and we are with the rare gem. And I am blessed, grateful, thankful, proud, excited, and hopeful and joyous to be surrounded by such good people. I feel the energy. Even when people pop in and out, I could still feel the energy and it all feels good. And I trust that anybody that God brings next to my girl Ty, because you attract who you are, has good in them. And I trust that I'm around you guys because you have good in you because I know that I'm good. You are, what is it? You reap what you sow. So I know that I'm in good company and I'm so grateful for it, but that also lets me know that I'm in company that might need a little bit of encouragement. So talk to yourself nice. Love on you. There's a song called 50 Feet. I'm gonna drop it in the chat for you guys to listen to. It was like my motto for a couple of years. I just stopped listening to regular music because I needed to brainwash my mindset. Now, like I can't get myself sad to save the world. It's every once in a blue moon that it's crazy. Things roll off my back like water to a duck because I have conditioned myself to see, know, and understand that there's better. We usually come from environments and histories that keep us from seeing that. So you got to be very intentional, right? Because if we were rich, we wouldn't be here yet. Or well, actually, hold on, we are rich. I stand corrected. My bad. That was a bad statement. It's not even factual. Somebody say lie. That's a lie. We are rich. Say we're rich. If you know that you my rich cousin, go on and put another 8 in the chat. We have this abundance. You just claim it and know that it's coming. Because my son thinks we're rich.
We are.
And we are. He lives a very comfortable life, and trading has done that for me. And I know that it can do more. And I know that it's gonna do more. And it can do the same and more for you guys too. You feel me? So you're in the right place. And You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you chose to be here with me. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. The sweat equity piece, I kind of, hovered around that because I got to get back on that too. Me and Ty, I don't know if y'all seen our old pictures, but both of us tripping, so we got to unslip. But that's an investment too. Show up and show out. That's right. Show up and show out. You're not alone. God blessed you with a community. So, joy, peace, and happiness are all choices. It may not always feel like it, but every chance that you get, just choose happy. Just choose happy. Just thank you. Sometimes saying that stops everything because greed and gratitude can't coexist, and happiness and sadness, they usually don't coexist either. So when you choose one, it edges out the other. I'm here if anybody needs me. I know that you guys are here if I needed you, and I appreciate that. And I pray that this blessed you guys. Y'all have a lovely evening, and thank you so much for showing up, not just for me tonight, but for yourself. Peace and blessings, family. Good night.
Good night.